Hello, hello, my friends. We are crossing the finish line. Today, I am going to be sharing with you part two of my Kringle candle collection. Now, I did already share with you guys part one, which were the candles that I would say are kind of in their like regular Kringle lineup. So I had my 4 wicks, my 2 wicks, and some 3 wicks. This video today, I'm going to share with you guys what I have from Country Candle, as well as the Reserve line and any like holiday special edition candles. So if you like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Now, keep in mind, you guys, in today's video, there might be a lot of candles that are not currently available. Maybe some of them might be, but there's going to be quite a few that have been discontinued, are no longer around. So don't get mad if you like the way that I describe them. Maybe write into Kringle and see if they'll bring them back. But this one we are just going to cross the finish line today because truthfully, I have been attempting to film this entire candle collection series over the course of 2 days. I am ready to cross off organizing my candle stash off of my to-do list. And so we're going to go ahead and knock this out, even though my back is saying, Katie, get up off of the floor. But hey, we're going to get it done. So also at the end of this video, you guys will have the grand total of how many candles I currently have in my collection. So yeah, if you like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new and you love candle content. I do have an affiliate discount code with Kringle. It is Katie15. It will save you 15% off of your full priced purchase. I'm not sure if the after Christmas sale is still going on. I would imagine it is. So some of these candles, if they're available, might be available at a really good price. Or if not, like I said, if you want to throw in a full priced item, my discount code will apply to that. It is eligible for commission, so please only use that if comfortable. But yada, 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 enough of the intro. I will also try to make sure at the end of this video, you guys, that I have my, I think I'm going to make a playlist for this collection series. So that way, if you missed any of the other videos or you're curious to see what else is in my collection, you can go back and view them. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So starting out with Country Candle. This is actually a candle that was sent to me, not this one, but I had this fragrance initially sent to me in the spring 2024 lineup. This is Lemon Tea and Roses. Fragrance notes of lemon, green tea, rose, grapefruit, bergamot, jasmine, violet, basil, mint, moss, amber, sandalwood, musk. This has a pour date of April 5th, 2024. I do believe that this one is now sold out. I purchased this during the Black Friday sale most recently for $7.75 because, yes, they were doing pretty much a fire sale on these Country Candle jars. You guys, I really like this fragrance. It is a beautiful balance of like a soft tea with a very soft rose note. I cannot do very heavy rose. It is one of the floral fragrances that does tend to give me a headache. But this one does not. Very soft, very pretty, very delicate type of fragrance. So I like this one in the springtime. I like pairing this with like a vanilla gourmand type of scent. It kind of just gives me kind of like clean vibes without leaning like citrusy or anything like that. So when I saw this on sale for $7.75, you better believe that I jumped at it. Another fragrance that I have here, oh boy, banana bread. So if you caught my part one video, you guys saw that I have three wicks of the warm banana loaf that was recently launched, gosh, probably about 3 or 4 months ago now, over on the Kringle website. This is the warm banana loaf is a repackage of this one, which was a limited edition series that was launched in the summer of 2024. Banana bread, vanilla, homemade bread. This has a pour date of May 10th, 2024. Now, I do remember my first one in the Country Candle jar did have some pretty hot burning wicks. So I would expect that of this one. I actually purchased this candle when I was in store at Kringle back in August. My husband and I took a trip to New England and we visited the Kringle store. And this was one of the ones that it was the only one that I saw on the shelf. And knowing that this was a discontinued fragrance, I was like, absolutely, I want one more of those. Fun fact, you guys, if you ever visit the Kringle store from out of state, like for me, I was actually getting on a cruise ship after that and then heading home. So I didn't want to have to take these all in my luggage. You can pay to have them ship back to your home address if you ever want to do that, which I did do. So, but yeah, this is a great fragrance, you guys. I hope that Kringle brings this fragrance back into their like 2-wick lineup, because I think a lot of people really, really love this scent and want it to come back. This smells a lot like banana bread batter. So now if you're counting, I have a total of 4 of these candles in this fragrance, because this is a scent that you can burn pretty much all spring and summer. I personally wouldn't really burn it in the fall, but I think a lot of people might enjoy it at that time as well. Let's see here. I keep moving things around because I have to like move my legs and whatnot. Okay, another fragrance that I love, coconut and blueberry tart. Again, I purchased this $7.75 during the Black Friday sale. I don't believe that this one is in stock anymore. Fragrance notes on this are coconut, blueberry, plum, butter, orange, peach, cinnamon, jasmine, raspberry, almond, vanilla, caramel, musk. Pour date of November 5th, 2024. Some people are probably like, what on earth should I expect with all those fragrance notes? Sometimes with the Kringles notes, I appreciate them giving us a lot, but they sometimes go overboard. So this to me, you guys, I detect some coconut in here, and it's funny, it says blueberry tart, but I smell more of like a raspberry type of note mixed with a blueberry. And there is a tartness to this. Like there's a little bit of sharpness to it. Not sour like a lactonic sour, but it's tart. It definitely has like a little bit of a zest and a zing to it. But I like this one. Now, I did not get great performance in the medium 2-wick of this, so I'm hoping the large one will. But this is a nice fragrance that I typically like to burn around like late April, early May, as I'm getting ready for like a bunch of summer scents. Another fragrance, which you guys know, I have gone on and on and on about this fragrance. And truthfully, you guys, as of the day that I'm filming this, I still think that this one might be in stock, which I am shocked. Like, seriously shocked if this one is still in stock. This is Blueberry Milkshake. Again, another limited edition that was released in summer of 2024. Blueberries, vanilla, pie crust, fruit filling. I will continue to say this if this is on sale for $7.75. If you like blueberry pie fragrances, get this candle. It is incredible. I bought a backup during the Black Friday sale, so I'm going to leave the rest for you guys to get. But this is a blueberry pie scent, and they need to bring it back packaged as blueberry pie in their 2-wick format. Love, love, love this scent. Oh man, so good. It's funny, you guys, after coming out of the holidays here, it like makes me excited to kind of been sniffing through my stash, because it does kind of take away some of that like, oh, like the holidays are over type of feel, and it has me excited to burn some of like my spring and summer stash. But before we go to spring and summer, let's take a gander back to fall. Now, this is apple pumpkin pie. Fragrance notes on this one are red apple, anjou pear, mandarin, cinnamon bark, nutmeg, pumpkin puree, vanilla, baked pie crust, allspice. This has a pour date of July 23rd, 2024. So here's the thing with this one, you guys. This is actually one of the fragrances that is that did make the transition over to the Kringle candle lineup. And I believe it might be on sale right now. I am filming this on New Year's Eve, so a couple of days before I put this up. But if that after Christmas sale is still going on, I believe that the 2-wick in the Kringle format is on sale for 50% off. So this fragrance, you guys, I would repurchase this. Is it anything that like has never been done before? No. Is this a nice, like good, spicy, I get pumpkin and apple in here. It's very, very nice. I don't get a ton of pie crust in this candle, which I think a lot of people might want. But I like this one a lot. Very, again, kind of like a good staple fall type of scent. Um, so I have that one. I have actually 2 of these in my collection. This is Wishing for Christmas. Fragrance notes are Christmas cookies, fresh pine, vanilla sugarcane, pour date of October 31st, 2024. Like I said, I have 2 of these in my collection. This fragrance was released in the Mercury jars back when they were doing those. I want to say that that was 2022 when Kringle did that. I haven't seen those Mercury jars for like the last 3 years, but this was released in the 2023 Christmas lineup. I do hope that this is a fragrance that they will put back into the Kringle format for 2026 for their holiday lineup, because I think a lot of people love this. This is like sugar cookies and pine tree, very much inspired by Yankee Candle's Christmas Wish. Really, really like this fragrance. I found that the performance in the Country Candle wasn't as strong as I would have liked it to be, but I really like pairing this with crinkle cookies, which I'm not sure if that's a discontinued fragrance or not, but I do still have 2 of those in my collection. I did not want to hate burn those. It's like I'm kind of over that fragrance right now, but I know that I will be glad that I still have it in my stash come next holiday season. Here's one that was a surprise repurchase for me, and I don't know if this one is still in stock. This is Grapefruit and Rosemary. Fragrance notes of juicy pink grapefruit, sparkling bergamot, lemon leaf, wild rosemary, white lavender, dewy garden greens, creamy white woods, and musk. Pour date of February 16th, 15th, or 16th, 2024. This was initially launched in the spring 2023 lineup. And it's funny, this is a fragrance that on cold I did not like. But I'm going to tell you guys, when this one is burning, because I'm not typically a grapefruit fragrance person. Grapefruit is probably one of my least favorite citrus notes. I like pairing this with rosemary and lemon. Something about that combo, this gives a very like fresh, clean home vibe. I really, really like it, you guys. Didn't think that I would like it as much as I do, but I do. And so again, when I saw this on Black Friday for sale for $7.75, I said, sure, I'll go ahead and grab that because if you saw my part one video, I do have an XL and a 3-wick of the rosemary lemon, and I thought that that would be a great pairing. And then the last country candle that I have is Peppermint and Cocoa. Fragrance notes on this one are crushed peppermint, chocolate morsels, praline cream, vanilla bean, minted woods, whipped cream, and musk. Pour date of October 30th, 2024. I did purchase this during the Black Friday sale, again for $7.75. I think this is sold out. This is another one that I would like to see them bring back in the Kringle lineup. This one smells like a very authentic drink from Starbucks. Their peppermint cocoa, like their peppermint hot cocoa or whatever. Very, very authentic. You get the hot chocolate, but it's not overly like artificially chocolate. The peppermint is still a very good dose in there, but it's a nice sweet peppermint, not too like pungent on the nostrils. So that is another good one. So we've got a couple of country candles here, truthfully, you guys, that I would love to see them bring back. I'm not sure if they will. The only one that I think would maybe be some hesitation, maybe be the lemon tea and rosins and the grapefruit and rosemary. I don't think that those ones were like super hot sellers, but I do feel like coconut and blueberry tart had a lot of love. Banana bread, I think. Yeah, and yeah, the blueberry milkshake, bring it back. It's blueberry pie. It'll fly off the shelves. The word is apparently not out yet. Okay, moving on into the reserve line here. You know what? I'm trying to like do this so that way like my arms are not dying here. My arms and my back. Okay, reserve line. First one here, Lemon Splash. So this was initially sent to me last year in PR by the brand. I'm trying to pull this up a little bit. Actually, you guys, you know what? I'm going to have to start like just I'm gonna have to lower this down because my arms are really starting to hurt and my back is. Okay, Lemon Splash. We have fragrance notes here of lemon, citrus zest, sparkling aldehydes, citrus, green, and sugar. This has a pour date of February 5th, 2025. Now, I do know that there were some wick issues. I even had that on my first one. But this to me is very fresh lemon. There's a little bit of an aquatic element like you are seeing pictured here. This reminds me of going to my grandpa's house when I was a kid. He had a lemon tree in his backyard, and we would pick the lemons off, go in, freshly slice them, and put them in our water. And that's what this smells like to me. If you don't like lemons that lean very bright and almost cleaner like, I don't think that you would like this. But again, I like pairing this with rosemary and lemon. I could pair it with that grapefruit and rosemary. Again, very fresh, clean citrus vibes. But I do feel like one of the things I like about Kringle is that even their really like quote unquote clean citrus scents don't they don't lean like artificial house cleaner to my nose. I think some people might get that, but I don't. I really, really like it. Another fragrance here is Juicy Strawberry. Fragrance notes on this one are juicy strawberries, lemon leaf, tomato vine, parsley, sheer basil, violet leaf, oak moss, geranium, musk. Pour date of March 21st, 2024. Okay, this one I think catches a lot of people off guard because I think people, when they see juicy strawberry, are thinking like your artificial strawberries that you get in, say, like some like Bath and Body Works or whatnot. This to me has a green element to it. This very much smells like a freshly picked, authentic strawberry. You've got the green stem on it. You notice that there's a lot of like herbaceous and green notes listed in there. And I would agree. This is a nice strawberry scent. I'm going to tell you guys, give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. I do have If I do have the fragrance Easter Brunch in my collection. I'm trying to think what was the other one that was kind of like a sister fragrance in the Halloween lineup. I don't think that they brought it back this last year. It was the year before. Was it Sinister? No, I don't know. They had one, you guys, that was, it's like Easter Brunch. It's kind of like a croissant type of fragrance. If you have Easter Brunch in your collection, or if you have Juicy Strawberry in your collection and Easter Brunch returns this year in the Easter collection, get it and burn them together. It is a fantastic combination. Um, I think I specifically repurchased Juicy Strawberry just so I could burn it with Easter Brunch because I really like that combo. Usually late February, early March. It's a nice kind of like spring gourmand type of fragrance combo. But yeah, this one is very, very nice. Again, a little bit more conceptual. We know Kringle likes to be conceptual, but it's conceptual in that it doesn't lean artificial strawberry. This very much, it doesn't have that like overt sugary sweetness that I think a lot of people expect from a strawberry scent. It definitely embraces more of the herbaceous green stem element of a strawberry. All right, smoke and oak. So we have fragrance notes on smoke and oak of smoke, wood, bourbon, leather, amber, and fruit. Pour date on this one, I think, is August 20th, 2024. All right, you guys, this one I actually think is on sale for 50% off over at Kringle. I like this one. Now, this is very similar to if you caught my Homeworks video and I talked about black tie. This is a very like niche fragrance. You do have to appreciate more of those deep, boozy, kind of remind you of like a men's like library or a man in a smoking jacket, whereas I feel like Homeworks' black tie is like a man in a tuxedo like James Bond, and he's at like some like really high-end party. This is like after he goes to the party and he comes home and he retires to like his smoking room. That's what this smells like to me. He's got his glass of bourbon in his hand. There's an element of tobacco in here, but again, it's not like cigarette tobacco. It's not like that, but it's kind of like pipe tobacco, I would say. I really like this fragrance. It's not a powerhouse fragrance. I would say that this one performs better for me in the closed concept, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this being kind of like a bedroom type of candle. I really like this as an evening burn. Again, more conceptual, but if fragrances like that are not your jam, then I would say caution. Let's see. Ooh, Dalgona. This is one that is actually currently in my burn rotation, you guys. I think this one is also 50% off at the moment. I don't have the fragrance notes listed because, again, this one is a pour date from March of 2024. But here's what I'm going to tell you guys on this candle. This has kind of like a it's it's got a coffee note to it, but it's got a little bit more chocolate in it. Whereas the cozy and warm fragrance is definitely more coffee mixed with a vanilla. This is like chocolate, coffee, and vanilla kind of together. I actually don't drink coffee. I love the smell of it, but I don't like the taste, oddly enough. Um, but I actually really love currently pairing this with Sniff's Mornings at Levain. So if you have Mornings at Levain, this one pairs really, really nicely with that. There's another reserve fragrance that I'll talk about here that I'm also pairing with it. Typically, you guys, because I'm trying to use up my stash, I will burn 3 candles at a time. I usually have one anchor fragrance out in the open concept, and then I'll burn one in my bedroom and one in one of my kids' bedrooms, usually my daughter's bedroom, because I don't have to worry about it in there. Um, but yeah, you guys, this one's really nice. And this, I am going to tell you guys, this is a very strong candle. I will burn this in my bedroom, but I can smell it out in the living room. So I get really good strength and throw from this one, particularly in a hurricane. So if you've been eyeing this one, if it's still in stock at 50% off, I would say yes, go ahead and pick it up. I haven't checked the sale page much today, you guys, but I do know at the beginning of the sale, I did see this one 50% off, as was the Smoke and Oak. All right, you guys, Lilac and Lily. This is one of the fragrances that made my top 25 of 2025. Lilac, Lily, Green, Floral, Musk, and Moss. Pour date of January 8th, 2025. I was initially sent one of these in PR, and I did purchase this one again because I love pairing this with their fresh lilac. Love this scent so much, you guys. If this goes on sale, like if they ever put this one 50% off, I could see myself buying 2 more of them. This is one that I'm going to want in my collection year after year. So Fresh Lilac from Kringle, I love that scent too. It's got more of like the woody stem, whereas this focuses more on the lilac petals. There's a slight powderiness to it, which I do think is coming from the lily in here. The lily doesn't dominate to my nose. I'm not even sure. I might smell a tiny bit of jasmine in this as well. But again, I really love this pairing. So if you're somebody who's tried Fresh Lilac and you don't like the like woody stem element to it, but you still like lilac fragrances, and again, this is not overtly powdery, I think that you would like this one. Again, I did get a backup of this last year because I was worried, like, what if it sells out? But I think it's going to be around for a while. And if I see that one at 50% off, I would definitely purchase some backups of it. All right, Tangelo Sour. I think that this was part of in the summertime. Was this part of like what I called the Country Club collection? Remember they had that fragrance like Polo with like the horse on it and whatnot. I think that this was part of that collection. Tangelo Sour has fragrance notes of tangy tangelo, sparkling grapefruit, crisp bergamot, jasmine blossom, green leaves, cassis, musk, cedarwood, amber, cotton woods. Pour date of April 15th, 2025. Okay, this is one of those fragrances. It's not going to be a repurchase for me, but I also like it enough to not declutter it at this point. I actually like burning this with Homeworks' Tangerine Palazzo. I could also see myself burning it with the ginger lime that I have from Gold Canyon. Again, just a nice citrus scent, but is it my favorite citrus scent? No. But do I like it? Yeah, it's all right. I don't really get anything like boozy from this one. Again, it's kind of got that like aquatic, watery element going on that you have in Lemon Splash, but just with a different type of citrus. Again, it's a like, not a love. I don't know. I mean, if other like citrus candles come into my collection this year that I appreciate more, I could see myself maybe passing it along. But at this point, I don't feel like that's necessary. All right. Well, here's one of the holy grails, Jelly Donut. We all know that this is a beloved favorite. I don't think Kringle will ever stop making this. Raspberry, blackberry, pastry, fruit, citrus, butter, vanilla. Pour date of January 24th, 2025. I think that this was released initially. I want to say it might have been spring of 2022, 2023. One of those years. So this was launched in the same one. I believe Dalgona was in that. There were a lot of gourmands that were released, but I think that this was the fan favorite. So Jelly Donut, you guys, Jelly Donut. I know it's not. There have been some people who have said like, I don't like that one. I am not even really somebody who's like, I don't like to eat jelly donuts. There is something about this scent that is just so good, you guys. The berry notes they nail in here. It's a raspberry, but it's not overly tart raspberry. And you get a little bit of that fried accord of the donut, but it's not like a too greasy donut. You get a little bit of that powdered sugar. I mean, it's pretty much what you are picturing here is what this candle smells like. It's also known for having excellent, excellent performance. Um, so yeah, this one highly recommend. I know when it was initially launched, like it sold out and people were waiting forever for it to restock, and people were very impatient about that, including me. But yeah, they seem to be better at keeping it in stock, and I think that they have it in the 4-wick vessel as well, which I think the 4-wick reserves retail for $50. But honestly, I get amazing performance out of the 2-wick, so I don't know if I'll ever need it in the 4-wick. All right, holiday roast. So like, it's funny, I moved this down and now I gotta like move it back a little bit. Okay, holiday roast. We have fragrance notes here of espresso, cocoa bean, wood, tobacco, musk, leather, and spice. This has a pour date of July 16th, 2025. I think that this was part of their holiday reserve lineup. Now, this one had mixed reactions. I am also middle of the road on this one. I don't love it. I don't dislike it either. It's unique. It's not going to be a repurchase for me, but my friend Melanie suggested pairing this with Mornings at Leven, and I do feel like that's a good combination. So once again, if you have Mornings at Leven in your collection, you want a little bit more conceptual take on a coffee fragrance, then I think that you're going to like this. This kind of comes across to my nose as slightly spiced and perfumey coffee. Um, Again, not a fragrance that I would have picked up if I would have like gone in store and purchased it, but it is kind of cozy. So that's why this one is actually currently in my burn rotation. I'm burning it with Mornings at Levin, and then so I'll burn like this one in one room, Mornings at Levin in the living room, and then in the other bedroom I'll burn Dalgona. And I feel like that's a really nice combination. But again, this is going to be a one and done. This one was sent to me in PR. You know what I was just thinking? I was thinking I should probably look through my collection. Maybe if I remember, I will try to update in my first candle chat that I do for the month of January. But I am actually really curious. The truth is, you guys, I actually think most of the candles in my candle collection at this point are not candles that were sent to me in PR. Most of them are candles that I have purchased because I have gotten really good, you guys, about only repurchasing candles that I truly love. And I think I've gotten really good about decluttering candles that I don't. Um, and while I'm always really grateful for the PR that has been sent to me, I just don't feel like I need to hang on to things just for the sake of hanging on to them. So it's funny because like I'm literally looking at all of these candles right now, and yeah, I think like as I've been doing this video, the first one that's like that is a specific PR candle to me is the Tangelo Sour. The only two so far are the Tangelo Sour and the Holiday Roast. Again, some of them were sent to me initially in PR, like Lilac and Lily, um, but the one now that's in my collection is a repurchase. All right, here we go. Ooh, Christmas lights. You guys, I am actually filming this on New Year's Eve. This actually popped back into stock this morning. I doubt that by the time I put this video up that it will still be in stock because this was listed at 50% off. Christmas lights has fragrance notes of holiday pine, frosted juniper, cypress, eucalyptus leaf, cranberry, garland, royal red apple, fir needle, sweet sap, cedarwood, oak moss, white musk. Pour date of October 15th, 2024. You guys, this is like the sophisticated older sister to their fragrance Christmas. Goodness, if I can get that lid off. My word. Yeah, very, very nice, woody, sweet tree fragrance. Like I said, it's slightly more sophisticated than Christmas. I don't know, you guys. Part of me wants to buy another one of these, but then there's also the other part of me that's like, no, I have Dad's Fresh Cut Fraser from Caramel Sundays, which I love that tree scent. I do plan to repurchase Sniff's Old St. Wick, which I like that one too. Um, the other thing I will say about this candle is that I've had fluctuating performance on it. It started out fairly strong and decent for me, but then at the midway point, after I did my dedicated review, I started to notice that the strength and throw waned on it, which is sometimes a quirk of soy wax. So I don't know, you guys. I might stick this one back into my collection to finish off next holiday season. But yeah, really nice Christmas tree type of fragrance. Again, older sibling to their beloved Christmas. Now, while we're looking at some tree looking scents, this is Enchanted Winter. This was, I think it was released with the Holiday Roast as part of like their holiday winter like reserve lineup. Pine, fresh, green, cypress, gin, woody. This has a pour date of July 16th, 2025 as well. Now, here's the thing with this one, you guys. This is not like a Christmas tree scent. It's funny because they list gin as a note in here, and we know that they make gin out of juniper. When this candle is burning, I actually smell something slightly juniper-like in this candle. This one's kind of hard to describe. It's in that same vein in terms of like how I would describe it as that new Snowy Cascade. I like this, but I don't love it enough to want a backup of it. I feel like it's a nice complementary fragrance. I'm going to burn it with Sniff's Winter Wander. Yeah, I'll finish burning this one. This one was sent to me in PR. Like it, not a love. I can't remember if this one is 50% off right now as well. I feel like some of these holiday reserves did go 50% off. I know the Holiday Roast was. Um, so yeah, that one might be part of the lineup. I do think that that is it in terms of the reserve. Now let's head into the Halloween fragrances that I have. So this one, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was shocked that this did not return for the 2025 Halloween lineup because this was released in 2024. Sorry, I just knocked over my water bottle there. This was released in 2024 and it was a hit. A lot of people really liked this fragrance, including me. I actually have two of these in my collection. I am burning one of them today. So this is Skull and Sonnet. Fragrance notes on this are bourbon, tobacco, sandalwood, suede, amber, and oak. Fragrance, or I'm sorry, pour date of June 20th, 2024 on this one. Now, this fragrance, I believe it was Bonnie from Queen of the Girl Geeks. She said that this kind of reminds her of like a pirate ship, like the captain's quarters on a pirate ship. And I'm like, yeah, I totally get that vibe. Um, it's got a little bit of leather to it, but it's not super leathery. There's something, this sounds funny, and I mean it in the best way. There's something kind of like when you walk into like an old wooden building, it's kind of like musty. There's a little bit of like mustiness. Um, I'm not selling this really well, but like you smell tobacco. There is definitely a tobacco note in here. The bourbon is not as strong as the smoke and oak, but this fragrance pairs really nicely with smoke and oak. And also, I'm burning it today because it goes with that black tie candle from Homeworks. It's a very, like, again, kind of sophisticated, more traditionally masculine type of fragrance. Really, really like this one. Yeah, that's a beautiful scent. Um, so yeah, you know what's funny though is I have one and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want another one. Like I kind of feel over this fragrance. The other thing I was gonna say is if you were familiar with the fragrance from Replica, Maison Margiela Replica, they had a fragrance called Whispers in the Library a few years ago. It's been discontinued, but this smells like that perfume just in candle format. Okay, Lil Devil here. Now, this is the kitty version, and I love this. So, Lil Devil is this is just like a good spiced pumpkin type of fragrance. We have fragrance notes of lush pumpkin, sweet nutmeg, creamy custard, spicy clove, cozy cinnamon, rich maple syrup, caramelized sugar, earthy carrot, warm vanilla, pour date of July 15th, 2025. So this is the one that was sent to me in PR. They also sent me the puppy one. I personally am more of a cat person. So I did purchase a backup of Lil Devil when I was in store at Kringle because I was actually there the day that the Boo Crew launched and I knew that these were going to sell out online. So I was like, I'm just going to grab one while I'm here in store. So this is the one I received in PR, but I do have another one in my collection. This is a nice, just like, is it anything out of the ordinary? No. It reminds me quite a bit of Yankee Candle's Spiced Pumpkin with a little bit more earthiness because of the carrot note in there. Really, really like the scent. Again, I mean this sometimes in the best way when I say it's kind of like a basic spiced pumpkin scent, but sometimes in the fall, I don't want anything outside of the box. That's what I want, right? Like I want something that's just going to go with everything. So yeah, this is Lil Devil. And then the last Halloween candle I have is also from the Boo Crew. This is the one that I purchased in the Kringle store. The first one I received in PR and I did go through it. It is Ghost Stories. Fragrance notes here are spicy pink pepper, aromatic juniper, balsamic amber, woodfire clove, smoky guaiac wood, roasted chestnut, fresh orange blossom, blonde woods, warm vanilla bean, pour date of July 15th, 2025. Now, here's the thing about this one, you guys. This smells a lot like if you like Maison Margiela Replica, their By the Fireside perfume. That's what this smells like to my nose. I think a lot of people were hoping that this would be like Bath and Body Works Marshmallow Fireside, which I would say it's probably like a distant cousin. It's in that family of like a sweet gourmand mixed with a smoky fire type of note. It's not Bath and Body Works Marshmallow Fireside. That's a lot sweeter to my nose. This has a little bit more smokiness. I actually am thinking, actually, after I film this, I'm going to go burn this as complimentary to the black tie. Because I actually feel like this fragrance is good all throughout the fall and winter months, like the colder months. I feel like this is a good like evening burn. We have a very cloudy day. I think we have a storm moving in. So yeah, really nice fragrance to burn. And last but not least, we're getting there, you guys. I am almost done. I told you guys, can you imagine if I would have tried to do my entire Kringle collection in like one video? That would have been a disaster. So, okay, carrot cake. This, okay, first and foremost, I am actually going to have this in my January burn rotation because I am really enjoying burning this with Caramel Sundays Cookies for Santa, which is kind of like a nice, like spiced oatmeal cookie type of fragrance. Carrot cake has fragrance notes of carrot cake, spice, vanilla frosting. This has a pour date of February 13th, 2025. Now, here's the thing with this one, you guys. I was initially sent this in PR last year for the Easter launch. Carrot cake was initially launched in their country candle in their 2024 Easter collection. And I loved that scent. I think it was it was in my top 5 of 2024. Loved, loved, loved that scent. So I was so excited when I saw that it came in that they decided to put it in this packaging, because I prefer the Kringle 2 Wicks over the country candle format, every day that ends in Y. However, something about this version, I feel like they tweaked it a little bit. I feel like they added a little bit too much vanilla. And I have mentioned this personally, when it comes to cake notes, I prefer that my candle companies focus more on the cake element as opposed to the frosting, because sometimes I feel like the frosting, it can get a little lactonic or it can get too sweet, and it messes up the fragrance to my nose. And while I loved this fragrance in 2024, I think I bought this one. It sounds funny. I bought this during the pre-order. So affiliates and the ambassadors for many launches, not all of them, but for some launches, they don't send PR to everybody, but they give every ambassador the opportunity to pre-order some collections. So that way, if you want to review them before they're launched, and they give you a little bit of a discount on that. And so I knew that I received this in PR, but I was like, oh, it's returning. I'll go ahead and place a pre-order, and buy another backup. And I'm really glad that I only bought one backup, or maybe I bought two and I gave the other one away. I can't remember. But I don't love this as much as I loved the one that I had in 2024. And I think it's because I smell more of that vanilla in here. And the vanilla, it's leaning a little too lactonic for me. But I will say it's redeemed itself recently, burning it alongside the what is it, cookies for Santa. If I burn this with like a really true good spice cake fragrance, I think I also liked burning this last year with Caramel Sundays version of carrot cake, or I could even burn this with Bath and Body Works sweet carrot cake. um but yeah, I wish they would have like kept it at the spice cake thing. Truthfully, you guys, if it comes back again this year, I would probably repurchase it just to see if they tweaked it and went back to that like original spice cake type of scent. But let me know in the comment section down below, if you had the 2024 version and then you bought the 2025, do you think I'm crazy, or do you feel like you smell a little bit of a difference? Speaking of candles that I've had since 2024, this is Easter Brunch. Fragrance notes I don't have here, but I said that this is very much like a croissant scent. Oh, and I thought of what Halloween candle. It wasn't Sinister. Sinister is kind of like a cousin to Jelly Donut. It's Evil. That was the one. And I don't think it came back last year. But if you have It's Evil, smells very, very similar to Easter Brunch. This is a very like buttery, dense croissant type of fragrance. Truthfully, you guys, I think like this spring I'll be over the Easter Brunch with the juicy strawberry from the Reserve combo. I've liked it, but I think I'll be over it. Now again, this is from the 2024 launch, and you can see this one burned a little bit sooty for me, but this one has excellent strength and throw. Good solid 9. Really, really strong performer for me. In fact, I do have to burn this in the open concept, because if I burn it in my bedroom, it's way too much for me in there. It gets a little bit too buttery and savory, but this is a really nice savory croissant type of fragrance, not sweet. And that's why I like burning it with the juicy strawberry. But you could pair this with like a chocolate. You could do a lot of different pairings. And I do just have to say, one of the things I love about the Easter collection is how cohesive it is. I love this like speckled mercury jars. I hope that they keep doing that. And truthfully, I would love to see them do something like this for like Christmas. I feel like if they did these mercury jars again with kind of like like a Christmas vibe to it, I would love to see that come back. I think that they're a little bit more expensive, but I would pay more for them because I love the design aesthetic. Okay, I mentioned this one a little bit. I think I mentioned that I had this one in my collection in the video that I did in part 1. This is Easter Petals. Fragrance notes on Easter Petals are sparkling lemon, petitgrain twigs, Italian bergamot, neroli blossom, patchouli, musks, and amber. Pour date of February 13th, 2025. Here's what I like about this one, you guys. This is a really nice, like neroli heavy, but you've got that like the brightness of the lemon in here. Very beautiful springtime scent. I like to burn this with bunnies and flowers. I think that this one also went on sale for like, I don't know, maybe it was like $7.75, $8. I got it really, really cheap after Easter last year. And I bought one for my mother-in-law too, because she really liked the fragrance. Again, very bright spring floral. I tend to like orange blossom, neroli type of fragrances. So yeah, this one is very, very nice. My friend McKenna was actually decluttering this one recently when we met up for lunch. And she offered this one, but I said, no, give it to Amy because I know Amy loves florals. And she did like this fragrance. So I'm glad that she got her hands on that. And then finally, you guys, nobody's shocked, my beloved lemon sugar marshmallow. Now, I know that this is part of their Easter collection, and I think that there will be riots if they don't bring this back for their Easter. I feel like Kringle now knows, like every Easter when they launch their Easter collection, they better have lemon sugar marshmallow, carrot cake, and Easter brunch in that collection. Because I think these were all like returning from their initial 2024 launch. So lemon sugar marshmallow has fragrance notes on it of lemon, sweet, lemon zest, pastry, vanilla, sugar, pour date of February 13th, 2025. Now, this is very different, you guys, than like this is not like a limoncello cupcake. This is I even though it's got like the pictures of the peeps here and it says lemon sugar marshmallow, to me this smells like lemon bars to my nose. That's what this smells like. Like that like lemon curd and you got the powdered sugar on top and then there's like a crust note on the bottom. That's what I feel like this smells like. So, if Kringle did not bring this back in their Easter collection, or one of the things that I would like to see Kringle do is, I know that they like this as an Easter thing, but I personally would love to see them release this fragrance and call it lemon bars and just keep it in their like regular Kringle lineup. I feel like it would be appropriate to release like in the spring, but I would love for this fragrance to be available year round for people because this is a really, really good lemon gourmand. Again, though, it's not a lemon cake. If you're wanting kind of like a lemon cake type of note from Kringle, I would recommend Christmas cupcakes, which again, I think is 50% off. That one, believe it or not, even though it's like Christmas packaging, that is a lemon. It's not a super like, it's not as heavy lemon cupcake as Homeworks' limoncello cupcake, but it is a lemon cupcake note to my nose. So that's one that if you're wanting like a lemon cupcake vibe, but this smells like lemon bars to my nose. And I really, really love it. It is one of those fragrances that I burn like every year and then like I'm over it. But yeah, if Kringle brings it back, I would definitely go ahead and purchase another one because it's one that I like to have in my collection. So I tallied up prior to my filming this, including the couple of candles that I have duplicates of. In today's video, that is a grand total of 29 candles. So total in my collection as of the time that I am done filming this, I have a total of 98 candles in my candle stash. For some of you, you're gasping that that's a lot. For others of you, you're like, oh, that's it. That's not bad at all. I have way more than that. So keep in mind, you guys, I am a reviewer. I do have a limited amount of storage space to keep my candles, and I have been pretty intentional over the last 2 years of trying to just only focus on keeping candles in my collection that I love. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job at that. I would still like to maybe get it whittled down a little bit more, maybe by this point next year. Again, keeping in mind that that I review candles for my channel. I still would ideally like to have it like maybe below 60. I think that that would be my sweet spot, but we'll see. We'll see how I do. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if any of your favorites were in here. What do you guys think about bringing lemon sugar marshmallow in the form of like lemon bars, or maybe that blueberry milkshake needs to be blueberry pie? Let me know what your thoughts are. Again, you guys, I really appreciate you being here for not only this video, but for the series of these videos. I will make sure that I have linked the playlist linked at the end of this video for you guys if you missed any of the other ones. Again, if you like this video, please hit thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.